Good Sunday morning. Okay guys, it's Diane. We're going to paint this bird. The reason I paint on wood, if you paint on canvas, it takes too much paint. You've got to use more paint to fill in the holes in the weave of the fabric, because it is fabric. And when you paint on these boards, it almost looks like watercolor, because the board is going to absorb the paint immediately. And by the way, they dry very, very fast. I use acrylic. So let's stop dilly-dallying around and get started. I always start with the furthest away, so that is the outside edges. I have my painting clothes on and my hair up. I'm going to use two browns. This is kind of blackish brown down here. I don't want it that dark, but I do like the dark mixed in. Okay, this is a beigey and this is a brown. I just use a normal brush and I just scrub it on. See how I'm scrubbing it? You just want to cover the wood. Always referring to your picture. I try to make it as close as possible, but it's not necessary for it to be identical. Now I know you can hear the air conditioner, but it is August in the South and I'm not turning it off. So you'll have to deal with the hum. I'm going to get just a little bit of the brown. I like the corners darker. Just make sure your brushes, can handle the scrubbing. As it goes down, it's going to get darker. And I like that circle look. I'm sorry if I'm shaking the table. Just want to make sure you can see. Yeah, you can see. Okay. I'm trying to stay right here next to this line I've put down. Now, it doesn't matter if you go over the line. Just no sense in being picky, because you can correct all of that later. And you go, okay, I can do that. Of course you can. I look at it like coloring in a coloring book. When I was a kid, oh my God, that was my favorite thing to do. Let's see. I remember, it does not have to be exactly like the picture. The picture is your guide. Now, I sell the kits, a lot of kits, on Etsy. Priced as low as I can get them. And I appreciate you guys who have already bought kits. I will try to get those all out on Tuesday. But if you want to do this on your own, just go to Pinterest, hunt something you want to paint, and go for it. You have to print out the sheet. Lord have mercy, I forgot the most important thing. See this piece of graphite paper? I laid it on my board, put my picture on top, and then traced around all the details of the bird. If you order my kit, it's already drawn on there for you. That was kind of important, wasn't it? I am absolutely going to need some black. And a touch of white. When you're using black, I mean, it doesn't take much at all. I just need this bottom area to be darker. And if you're using graphite paper, you don't want to smudge your hand over it. It might disappear. I mean, it for sure would disappear on canvas. Just put a little bit of white in the beige. Just make a brighter spot right here. Paint under this branch. We'll be ready for the bird. Keep it dark. Years ago, I used to just turn on the painting channel on YouTube and just watch paintings just to relax. I loved it. Okay, let's finish around the wing, which is a bit darker. Sometimes I use my finger. See how easy all this is to mix and rub together. Okay, under his legs, let's finish that. You do not have to be careful. Now that's a branch right there. Okay. I believe, oh goodness, the light's not even over the painting. Okay, I believe we can start the bird now. Okay, I'm going to rinse out my brush. And use the same brush. Okay, I'm going to use blue. I'll show you in just a minute. And light blue. And white, which I already have here. And navy. Now, a year and a half ago when I started making videos, you know, and I gave up, I also started a painting channel, which fizzled out just like my YouTube channel. Because it is hard to paint on camera. I mean, it really is. Okay, let's start with these outer wings and the top of the head. Let's start with that navy color. Keep looking at your picture. Now we'll come back with some white and kind of highlight this. And the way I paint, there's not a lot of mixing. Hey, what is it? What's the matter? I don't know what that was about. Okay, let's add a little light blue into that. I have to tell you guys, I have not painted in, I know it's been 6 months. This has been a busy year for me, and I do not like it. I'm grateful, but last year was perfect. I worked 10 hours a day, and that was it. Okay, we're going to come back around with some blue, and I'm going to put some, I didn't show y'all the blues, did I? I got a blue, light blue, and a navy. And I'm just kind of smudging them all around. So it's just not looking hard at all right now. And you really can't judge it till you get to the end. Get a different brush. I'm going to tell you, because you know I'm always truthful. I mean, I really am. Painting on camera is not enjoyable to me because, like I said, it's kind of hard. I'd rather just be painting, hop up, you know, get something to drink, get a snack, go back to it. But I thought, since I had to do this anyway, all these little highlights will show up so well when we get to the varnish at the end. It's a little white speck on the beak. Okay, I'm gonna change my brush again. I'm gonna get all this white filled in. This brush is wobbly. Now some of you have found my channel, my painting channel. I do not suggest that you watch it. It's a freaking mess. Okay, now I'm going to put some peach right here. Can you see it's got peach in it? I'm adding peach and white. And I'll probably go over this with white in a minute. I can't deal with that wobbly brush anymore. Just a touch of peach. Okay, back to the white. Okay, let's finish the blue before we start. Now, I know you can see lines right here. These are pencil lines from my first painting that I did, which I don't do that anymore because it looks like part of the painting, which it's not. Okay, let's go with blue. And sometimes I don't even rinse out my brush. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to kind of scrub in some blues around here. I just always keep looking at my painting, the picture of the painting. This right here is blue. Let's see, that is peach. This is blue. See, you don't want it to stay in the lines. I mean, just want it to look natural. You'll see at the end all of this will come together. What is it, bud? Okay, back to darker at the bottom. Okay, let's change brushes. I can't see my brushes. Just use different ones that's gonna scrub well. I like that. I always wet my brush. Painting these different sections. Some are blue, some are light blue, some are dark blue. Oh, that's peach. Doesn't take much paint. Remember that. Don't go at it with a bunch of paint on your brush. I hope you try this. This probably wasn't a good one to start with, but I had an order on it, so you know. That's peach. Keep forgetting peach, peach, peach. I am afraid this is so boring for you. We don't like much. You'll stay to the end and see how it pops at the end. Okay, give me another brush. I'll show you a trick at the end too, which I forgot to get. It's a marker, very fine marker. Okay, let's put that peach in there. Now there's a little darker peach right there. So I'm adding this, I don't know what it is. It's peach, but it's darker. Just put a little white there. Okay, we're going to leave the beak and the eyes and the detailing to the end. So, let's do the, let's just go back to that and do the branch. Yeah. Now the branch is just browns and peaches. So we're just not gonna, pay a lot of attention to that. We're just gonna scrub it in. I hope the air's not getting on your nerves. I'm so sorry, but I could not turn it off. It's so hot. And plus I'm sitting here in front of 2 windows. And the sun is about to be blaring in. Okay, let's add some brown to give it some texture. Do not be picky about how you do it. You see that? I hope you can see that. Just put a little bit of darker brown in it. Not much. Maybe that was the dark brown. I think it was. Okay, let's do the feet. I have to have a little brush to do the feet. And they are blue, and we'll add navy to it. Didn't do the bottom of the bird. Now the detailing at the end will make all of this look better. We're not far from being through. And do you see why I say I'm not an artist? I am not an artist. I want the ends to kind of look like feathers. Do you see why I'm saying that it looks like watercolor? A car just went down the road. Okay, trust me, y'all. This is my little fan from Amazon. I think it costs $12. The battery lasts forever. I have to dry places because I don't want my hand to get in it. Now we're going to do the beak and the eyes, and then we're going to detail it. Now, hey buddies, in some of my videos I would speed part of it up, but you know what? I am much too tired to do that today. I will have to plan in advance for things like that. So just forgive the boredom of this. You know, you can fast forward it yourself, right? Okay. Okay. Okay, let me find that little brush again. Get a new one. twin. What's the matter? Okay, let's do the beak. It's just that regular blue. I hope my head's not in the way. I can't. If I move my head to see, then my head's gone and I can't tell. You know what I mean? Now you can take your time and paint all these little spaces better if you want to. There's a little wisp of white on this side of the beak. Okay, that'll all make sense in a minute. This right here is dark blue. I need to go around the eyes with just white. Okay, we're going to paint the eyes black. You could use a black marker if that's easier for you. Need a teeny weeny brush. I like for that little white dot to kind of stand out. Makes him look alive. Okay guys, we're going to dry it and then I'm going to use my black pen and you'll see. You'll see what happens. Now I could have done a better job had I not been on camera and if I weren't so tired, because Monday's another work day and I've got to start all over again. And this little bird has eyelashes. It's gonna be so cute. We'll do that with a black pen. Okay, I think that's good enough. Okay, my black pen's right over here. Okay, I got them. Almost finished, Quinn. Okay, these are acrylic and they're fine tip. And we're not going to use it much, just some. I'm going to turn this sideways and start with the eyes. Let me pump it, make sure it's good. Okay. Now he has a little furrow under the, now his lashes go up right there. Okay, let's do this eye. Another little furrow. His lashes go like that. See how much better his face already looks? Let's do the beak. Now, I don't outline all the way around every little thing, but just some things. And I try not to make the line continuous. And I have different colored pens. Sometimes I will use a light brown so that it doesn't look so prevalent. And that's up to you. These wispy lines, they don't really need to be accented with a pen, but we want all this to look feathery. Let's do the tail. know, I wouldn't be doing this if I hadn't already told you guys I was going to do it. I really don't feel well today. Outline the branch. Not much, just here and there, not every little line. We want it to look haphazard. Okay, what do y'all think? Now I'm going to show you what it looks with varnish on it, because that makes it just absolutely come alive. Quinn agrees. He goes, I've seen that before. Let's just kind of make this stand out a little bit. What do you think? Okay. Let me cover my pen because these are precious to me. Now, when you put varnish on your painting, it has to be flat, completely flat. Now I've got a piece of plastic down on my table because I want to save it. I think it's basically dry. I have several pictures of this. Well, I can't figure out when. Okay. Of this little titmouse spur. It is so cute. I use these to put my varnish on because it saves time, and I just like the way it works. You know, I didn't paint the edges, but I will go back and do that when you're gone. No use boring you with that. I should have done that when I painted the outer edge. Okay. Can you see how it's just coming alive? So pretty. After this dries, I always put 2 coats, sometimes 3. Look how pretty that is. It just shines. Is that pretty? Are y'all gonna do this? I hope so. It's so easy. When you first start, you think, oh, this looks like crap. Then just keep going, and it looks great. I'm gonna go, guys. See you next weekend. If I can find the button. There you go.